Hello, welcome to Plex and Crochet. Today I am going to show you how to weave this beautiful shaped. You would like to know how to weave it. Join me from beginning to end to watch this video. I'm going to show you how to weave it. For 9 centimeters size 9, 10, and 11. Join me from beginning to end to watch this video. Let's start. For today's project we will need a rope for wool or yarn, scissors, a little hook on this occasion, 2.50 or 2.5 millimeters. We are going to occupy a marker. This is for beginners only. And we are going to occupy on this occasion 2 tones. You can do it with 1 or you can do it with 2. The material I am going to use today is a number 3. Is a light one. And I would dare to say, which is number 2. Although we are going to see him so that he can be at home. Then take it into account. Okay, there it is. I'm going to hold right here. And there we can see. Even if the label says it is 3, is from number 2. So let's start. Let's start on this occasion. I secure my first point. And let's tighten this chain. Yes, this is going to be our first chain. 1. And the others normal, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. "15 who prefers to make it bigger instead of 15. The following size will give you 16. And the one that follows will put. Now let's take this last point as a reference. And I'm going to make 3 more chains. And where I held the chain, I'm going to start knitting. Two high points. And then I'm going to move on to the next point. And we are going to knit him 13. High points playing 2. The following size will knit 14. And the following 15. Okay, once this last point has been reached, I am going to knit 8. This applies to all 3 sizes. 1, 2, and 8 this point, which was the first chain. Move it closed so that it does not open by stitching it several times. This was therefore the recommendation. And why I will continue in the next one. 1 we are going to make 13. And the next size 14 and the next size 15 costs 2. 3. And in this, which is the last point, we are going to knit 3 1 2. And 3. And close. On the third string with a dot. On the other side. As I was losing the little piece of material. Here I can already cut it. And this is how it will stay. In this first part. Lap number 2. Let's make a chain. And in this same space where I have the point. Let's knit 2. Thus 2 low points. In the following one we are going to make 2 low points. And in which 2 others follow. Low points, and then we will continue to weave. One will be 13 2. "12 and 13, next size 14 and the next size 15. And we will continue here with 8 points, which will be doubles. Here I have the first one. I.E, let's make increases 1. In which it follows. 2 next. 3 next. 4 in which follows. 6 7 and finally. 8 and now I am going to knit him. 13 the next size 14 and the next size 15. So we will make 1. 2 3 4 we continue with low point 5 6 7. These 3 points remain. I'm going to do that as an increase 1. And 2 in the following. 1 2 and the one following. And 2. And I'm going to close here where my first low point is. With a dot. And this is how it has turned out in this round. Let's go for the next one. I make a chain. And in this space. I'm going to make half a point, and if you are a beginner, place it here. The marker. In which it follows. Half a point we have 2. We will be weaving 1 for each space. 3 this round no increases are made. Let's see, let's put him. 11 indeed we had stayed there were 11. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11 I got excited friends. 11 now we are going to continue with 12 high points. 1. Now we will continue with 8 halves points 1, 2, 3. For here I am going to place a marker. This is for beginners only. This is half from the front and we will need it, in which it follows. Let's place another one that would be point number 5 to see. I will see if I have any of these. No, I don't have any of these here anymore. Let's put this. Yes, then I wear 4, that's number 5, 6. And 8, yes. These 2 I mark because here it will be half of them. And it is the braided. Yes, this is where you are going to wear the braid, and I will continue with high point 1. Will be 12 to 3. And now we are going to continue with half points. 1 will be 11 2. And 11 halves points. And now in the part here I'm going to release. I'm going to leave a little bit of wool. And I will do the following. Okay, there it is. I'm going to stop by. And then I'm going to go from here to here. Yes, you can see okay. Let's stop by. There it is. Our closure is already ours as a chain. Yes, and now I can stop by. For example, and here. And already in the part here on the side of. Upside down I can already lose this little piece of wool. To stay here. Pure chains. Yes, okay, I'm going to lose it. I can even come here to this part. And ready, there it is. And we can cut. The template part is now available and we have a good time. Located half of. Friends, it is true that this is very important. This is extremely important. Now look at friends. We are going to count. For example from here. For example from A. I'm going to start knitting from here to here. Then this size is going to count. 27 points counting scoreboard, the next 28 and the next 29 okay. So here we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 25, 26, and 27, there it is. And let's see on the other side. Here we have marker. 26 and 27, and this is the one in the center. This one that is here, then I'm going to take this one in the center. I'm going to start like this. I will paint from above and make a chain. And within this chain, I make a low point. And look at friends. I am taking only half of the chain, and this color must be adjusted. Now we make a start chain. When I close, I am going to close here. Where is the chain space? I will continue to weave a stitch high for each space, taking only half of the chain. All around. I have come this far, but before I continue, I want to show you how tall it is. The template for you to take into account at home. There is 9 centimeters. Yes, it is what measures. 9 centimeters there is okay. Well, I just wanted to show you that. The next size would be 10 and the next size would be 11. Okay, well, I will continue here. I just came back to take the measurements. And in this part we are going to knit the same. High point and I place marker. And on the other side I do the same. High point. And place marker. And we continue to weave until the entire lap is completed. Here to finish, I'm going to give it a high point and I'm going to stop by here on this occasion. From this point. And I make a point. Deslizado. I will continue. 2 chains and the next point, which is this. I'll take it down here. And weave a high point. In which it follows. Next high point. Below and in which it is still embossed. Next at the bottom. A high point. And in which it follows. What is this one? Let's weave it with a relief. And we are going to do this until we reach almost the scoreboard. As 3 points before the scoreboard a relief. And 1 below. And 1 underneath like this. Here. I'm going to knit this one below. And I have 1, 2, 3, and the one marked would be 4. Yes, 4 here are 4. Then I can withdraw the marker. We have those 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 we passed 1, 2, and in the next one. Here we make a point. In which it follows. A point in. And I'm going back for these 2 that I went through without knitting. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to take the first one. This first point, look at. There it is. Then I pass. and knit a high point. And if I lift it, I've already it here. Now I will take that point next. There it is, look, yes. If I lift it up, it's going to be this one. And we are also going to knit a stitch. High. But they will be below these two. There you can see. Now I will remove the marker on the other side and I will do the same process. I'm going to pass 2 points 1, 2. I take and shuffle in relief 1. Next highlight 2. And I'm going back for those 2 stitches I passed without knitting. But now I'm going to do it from above. And we take the first one. The second. 2, and this is how I'm going to look like. And I will continue with the following point. Look at this, they are already worked on. In this one below, I will take it from below. And you high point. The one that follows in relief. 1 below. And 1 in relief. Below. And I'm going to do this until completing all the way around. And this is how it will turn out. See how beautiful it looks. I will complete once my return is over. This is the last point. Here I have 2. These 2 start chains. I'm going to take them down here to make a point, and that this first point will be highlighted to me. And now we are going to knit him. 2 chains. I'm going to the next point, which is taken from the bottom. I take it from below. And I leave a high point. The following is a relief. I leave it on top. Next high point below. Next in relief. Below. In relief, and I'm going to do this to the braiding part. And see how beautiful it looks. There at home, what do you think? Would you like us to tell you more shoes? Leave a like then for this video, so I can find out that you are liking the little shoes. And I will be able to knit more to share with you. I have already arrived here to where the last point is, which should be at the bottom. And now I'm going to move on to the next point. Look at this point, the following. And you. High point, next point. High point, and now which one follows? These who are down here, right? Is. Continues this. And you. High point, next point. All will be reliefs. High point, those with crosses are in relief. Relief point. Next look. Relief, and then follow these 2. Relief and relief must be 8 points. In relief here are and we will continue. The next one is at the bottom. I take it from below. The following is a relief. I take it from above. And so 1 below. And 1 on top. And I will continue until I complete. all the way around. And this is how it will turn out to be. UI is looking nice. There at home, what do you think? Once my return is over, I am going to do the same. I'm going to stop by the bottom here. Where are these chains? I pass and make a point. We already have lap 1, lap 2, and lap 3. Let's go for lap 4, 2 chains. I'm going to move on to the next point. And I will continue to weave properly. 1 below. And 1 in relief. If you were touched, for example, those at the bottom should always touch each other like a mole, or rather to drink more from below. And those on top always on top. Okay, I don't know if I got stuck Friends, there. I already knew. But let's continue. Yes, we will be weaving how the points are presented. That's what I meant, okay. And friend. Ando's still asleep. Okay, let's continue then. To almost. To where our part of the braid is. We have already located our braid, right? Okay, then if you have already located your braid, it is not necessary to count the points. Me, for example, here is my braid. That's the point below. And I'm going to count these relief. That's the braid. And then I count 1, 2, and 3 reliefs. Yes, that is 1. I will ignore this. This and this, yes. Okay, then I start here and leave a highlight. The next one we are going to ignore this one. We will pass it without knitting, and we make another high point in relief. A loop, I will pass this stitch without knitting. And I'm going to knit this one next. And we weave a high point in relief. And close. And this one next to it is at the bottom before. Of the east braid is taken from below. This is a guide. We will call you a guide. Now we are going to cross these points again. Therefore step 1, 2. And in which it follows. I leave a highlight. Next highlight. And I'm going back for these 2 that I went through without knitting. But here at the bottom, yes, then I pass. I take this one first. This one, and if I lower the dots above, it's going to be easier than I can take it. And you. The high point. There it is already taken, yes. Now I'm going to take this one. This one that is here. I will take. I'm going to pass it here to make it easier for me. And also so that you can see it well, there it is. Again I have the crossover. And I will repeat on the other side. I pass 1, 2 stitches without knitting. And in which it continues to highlight 1. 2 and I will return, but now from the top. I take the first one I passed without knitting. And I highlight the following. Relief point. And now I'm going to stop by. And at the bottom. Let's leave a point. High. And these follow. This east and these 3 reliefs that follow. I take on. Step without knitting. Following relief. On high point. Step without knitting. Following relief. On high point. All 3 are already. And close. And I continue. This one below, which is at the bottom, I leave it at the bottom. The one that follows in relief. Below, and this must be done. Until completing. All the way around. And look at how it is turning out. her and. Okay, then I will complete the round. I have already finished this one, which is lap number 4. And we will do the same process. Let's take the chains at the bottom and knit a point. 2 chains now this next point. I take it from below. And underneath we are going to do this. From here to where they are. This is the relief. And these 2 that are here up to here. This is how far I'm going to knit goes. Then I will continue as I tell you. As it is not necessary to count them, I am not counting them. Because we are locating. Well, where the pants are. This part is woven in the same way. Here you take the point below and we are going to take. This is the one of the decrease. And 2 emboss points before. Then I leave a high point. Step without knitting. The following is a relief. High point. And here that this is a relief. I'm going to take it like this. You see I'm passing this one or I've already passed that one. And here the relief. I leave the high point on and close. To make a decrease. And this one below is below. I'm going to take this one from below. There is a high point. And I will continue this time by weaving 8 points in. Relief 1. 2. Here is the following. All raised braid points. Next point below. And now we are going to decrease. I'm going to pass this one from side to side. Which is the first? Decrease. I put the high point. Without finishing a loop. This one I pass without knitting at the bottom. Following relief. High point without finishing a loop. I pass the one below. And in which it follows. High point. Then there are 3 reliefs that I am taking and I close. And I pass to the next point which is at the bottom and leave. The high point. The one that follows in relief. Below and I'm going to do this. Until completing. All my way around. And look at how it is turning out. We can see how it goes. Doing the full decrease part. Once finished, we are back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lap number 6 we are going to do the same process. We continue as the points correspond until we reach to 2 reliefs before the decrease. So here I will continue as appropriate. And now we are going to see. I have arrived. Nothing more woven 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And here I already have this one that is relief and these 2 that are relief. Okay, then we take the first relief. On high point loop. I ignore this one that follows. I go to the relief. Embossed high point without finishing a loop. I ignore this one and go to the relief that was the decrease. I leave on high point and close. And this one follows. I take it from below. And I knit the high point. And I am going to do the crossing again step 1 2. And in which tejer relief continues. Next. Relief and same process we return. I take the first. And I highlight. The second. And you relief. And then step 1 2 without knitting. And the 2 that follow in relief 1. 2 and then here. The first in relief. The second in relief. And this one follows. Below. This is how the braid part has turned out. And now I am going to decrease. Here I leave an unembossed dot. We ignore the point that follows. I am going to the reliefs. Second relief. Lacing unwoven step and third relief. All 3 on. To make the lighting. I close. The next one is at the bottom. And I continue to weave. As appropriate. Until completing. All the way around. And it is lap 6 true. I will continue. And I'm going to close here with a dot. And there it will be. Look, let's see. So far, how is this little shoe looking like? Let's stop by and let's stop by. There it is. See what cool ones is remaining. Oh, what, and see how it fits is tight. Is not too big. There it is, look. See how beautiful it is at home. Cheer up now, my friend, weave it. What are you waiting for? We are weaving it already. Well, chulies. And we will continue. Because you saw that the height is already up. And now we are going to do the following. Here I will pass. And I'm going to start knitting normally. We already had a chain, the second step, and I start knitting. How the relief points correspond. And then underneath. To the part of the decreases. I am about to arrive. Here we make one here. This is a relief. This one is below. And then the one that follows. I'm going to take it like this. I'm not going to put it on relief anymore. But I knit a normal high point one. For each space. This one I'll take it from below, look at. I've already one for each space, which totals 8. Here is the one below. And then I knit again, this point below. And then this. Which is of the decrease I highlight it. The one below. And so I will continue to weave until I complete. All the way around. There is relief. Below. And below. Take the turn at the bottom of the chains by taking the chain points. 2 chains and I will continue to weave properly. We have finished the return. This is lap number 8. We are about to end. I will continue to weave as appropriate until reaching this part. I have already arrived here where the relief part is. This one below. One in relief. One below. Up here and we've got to the braiding part. Yes, then watch out because we are going to make a variation. One in relief. Below. And these 2 that are left here in the center. These 2 I'm going to make them both below. I'm going to take them like this. Not seen here from side to side. And we are going to make him a decrease and let's take it at the bottom. So that this point fits me at the bottom, the one that follows in relief. This is only to ensure that everything is already synchronized. The one below. Below look at. So everything is already synchronized. And this one that is still highlighted. And underneath yes. Then okay. We will continue to weave until the entire lap is completed. And in this part. See how it is turning out. I will complete. Once the return is over. We will go up the same. 1, 2 and I continue weaving. As appropriate. There it is. And as we already have a. Now the whole turn is synchronized. If you notice I'm going to be weaving like this at the bottom. Above. Below and above yes. Until I complete my entire tour. Below. Above. Below. Above. Below. Above. Below. Above. Below. Above. I just wanted to show you this part for you to see, which is already synchronized. There it is. We continue to weave. And we can do it one more time. If you prefer, you can also add elastic. Or you can set a bar. Which do you prefer? Leave me in the comments. I will be reading you. Let's go. I have finished the return. And so far this is how it has turned out, yes. And as I tell you, you can leave him. One more turn or can leave it as follows. See how beautiful. I'm going to knit it one more round and come back. Here to finish. I've already made the dot at the bottom, I'm going to release it. Here. What we are going to do is ignore these two chains. And I'm going to move on to the following ones. Step and we will do the same process on top. And so. To form the part of the chain. And here you know the truth, we can already lose. I can even come back here. And then this way. And then this way. And then this way. And now if I lose it for this part. There it is. Ready? We have finished. With this part and only one small detail that is at the bottom. And that's where you decide if you leave it in the same color. Or you leave it to him. In this case, I think I'm going to leave it with this color. There at home, what do you think? I'm going to pass from here. And you can leave a point. A point like this. The whole edge without tightening should be left with normal tension. Point and point. Boops friends. How beautiful this project has turned out at home. You have already it. Dare to weave it, my friend. Encourage you to weave it. You will see that it will look very nice on you. And also step by step. I will complete the whole round. Here at the end. We release the same process and lose the little piece of wool we passed by. We move on to this first point. I know that this first point is still not very firm. But I'm going to arrange it right now, losing it. There it is, we passed by and then we stopped by. Ready? Now yes. You can already see this. For this boot, this design is going to lose my wool right now. But I would like you to see it. So without putting anything on it. Looks very nice. It does look well formed. You can see it here. I have made this bow. And I'm going to place it here on the front. Then I'm going to hit him here. Here, and here it is. And we will try to put it as much as possible. Nice possible ready. Oh well, what cool little things. You can make one with real crochet. Friends. See how beautiful it has turned out. What do you think of this? True that yes. Oh, I love this little shoes. This model. Would you like me to do more? Leave me a comment. This is how the final result turned out. Are a beauty. Thank you for accompanying me. Injured in crochet. I thank you from the bottom of my heart and I'll wait for you in an upcoming tutorial. And I leave you the link to these charming shoes. Also so that you can knit them. In any size. Injured in crochet. Thank you for joining me.